Good morning. It is Tuesday, March 12th, and this is Michigan Mornings from Ave Maria Radio and the Ave Maria Radio app. I'm Matthew Handley. Coming up, we've got details on a local men's retreat to help your spiritual growth through this Lent. But first, your local weather and this news. Michigan's chief medical executive is warning that childhood vaccinations have dropped to 66% among toddlers, and that means a measles outbreak is likely in the state. Dr. Natasha Bagdasarian tells the Detroit Free Press that there have been 3 cases in less than 2 weeks last month, and one was an unvaccinated child in Oakland County. She says every year nationally, around 400 to 500 people die from measles, despite the vaccine being available since 1963. And while it might not seem like a huge number, she says, quote, "It is a lot, especially if you're talking about your loved one or your child." On a related note, the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services is confirming the first death this year of a child from the flu. MDHHS says only 19% of individuals under 18 have been vaccinated this year. The Biden administration is reportedly hitting the brakes on the auto industry's transition to electric vehicles. West Michigan-based auto analyst Mike Wall with S&P Global Mobility says EVs are the absolute future of the industry, but automakers and the UAW both say the goal of being completely electric by 2032 was unreachable.
And this is a little bit more of a reprieve, again, meant to potentially give the automakers a little bit more breathing room. Consumers, getting consumers, again, more comfortable with it.
A mandate forcing automakers to sell more electric vehicles will be delayed, and they will be instead required to increase sales over the next 5 to 6 years. Consumers Energy will be burying 10 miles of electric lines in 6 counties this year. Greg Salisbury is the vice president of electric distribution engineering and says they have only about 15% of its lines underground, and burying them will help reduce power outages.
Once we're underground, the primary risk is just making sure that people call Mistig whenever they're going to be planting shrubs or doing work with equipment in their yards, because there is electric lines under there.
Allegan and Ottawa counties in West Michigan are among the locations where the work will be done. Over the next decade, Consumers plans to bury around 5,000 of its 50,000 power lines. A national nonprofit organization called RIP Medical Debt is looking to wipe out up to $700 million in medical debt held by Wayne County residents. People earning at or below 4 times the federal poverty level or have debts that are 5% or more of their annual income would qualify. No one has to apply, and RIP Medical Debt will negotiate with healthcare providers to buy their debt in batches. A letter will be sent to people who have had their debt wiped out. And the Grosse Ile Police Department says the Trenton Channel Power Plant smokestacks will be demolished on Friday. The demolition was originally planned for last month. A viewing area for the demolition will be set up at the West River near Ruthmere and Marlboro. The public can expect to feel vibration in the ground and hear sounds like thunder. This is Michigan Mornings. Now this.
This is Franciscan Father Greg Friedman for the Catholic Communication Campaign with a message about faithful citizenship. Our political debates are sometimes more like a war of words. Exchanges on talk radio and in blogs are often vicious and not always truthful. The gospel challenges us to confront contemporary issues in the light of gospel truth and charity. The U.S. bishops are calling for civility in politics. Do your part to bring Christian charity to the public arena. Go to faithfulcitizenship.org.
Today in Detroit, expect partly cloudy skies, some wind gusts, and highs in the mid-60s. Tonight, it will remain partly cloudy with lows in the upper 40s. Tomorrow, we can't rule out the possibility of rain, and it will be mostly cloudy with highs in the mid-60s. Thursday, the rain will return in the afternoon with highs in the upper 50s. And Friday, there's a chance of thunderstorms in the morning, highs in the lower 50s. Today in Saginaw, expect partly cloudy skies, some wind gusts, and highs in the mid-60s. Tonight, it will remain partly cloudy with lows in the lower 40s. Tomorrow, expect partly cloudy skies with highs in the lower 60s. Thursday, the rain returns in the afternoon, temperatures in the lower 50s. And on Friday, there's a 40% chance of rain showers, partly cloudy skies, and highs in the upper 40s. If you're still looking to get some spiritual growth out of this Lenten season, you can check out Regular Joe's Men's Conference at Our Lady of Good Counsel Parish in Plymouth. Father Zaid Shaban joined Vanessa Den Hagarmo on Epiphany to talk more about this event.
Yes, it is. It's a free conference that we're hosting at Our Lady of Good Counsel on March 23rd, Palm Sunday weekend. And it's open to men to come together and grow in their faith and learn how to tackle some of the issues that we're dealing with in our culture, and most importantly, to bring in awareness to men of faith as to what is going on in our culture and what are some of the issues that men maybe are facing or that they need to face that maybe they're not aware of that's taking place around them at school, at their workplace, especially and particularly to their children.
So is this for men of all ages as well, Father?
Yes, it is for men. We are asking for men older than 16 just due to some of the content that may be discussed. But really we want to dive in and explore and provide a strong defense for our faith in the midst of what we're facing in our culture. And many of us know what that is, confusion regarding human sexuality, the breakdown of the family, gender confusion, and all of the many other issues that families face today in our culture.
So, Father, tell us about the speakers who will be at this men's conference.
Yes, so Dr. Ralph Martin is well known in this local area from Monroe Ministries, and he's going to be speaking to us. And we're also going to have me as a speaker, and I'm going to begin the morning with just kind of a brief overview of where we are in our culture, kind of providing a historical context to some of the issues we're facing now, which should not start yesterday or 5 years ago.
You do need to register by March 20th, and you can find the link to register for this event by going to the Epiphany archives at avemariaradio.net and go back to March 8th's episode. St. Leo the Great says, what is the appropriate time for performing works of charity? My beloved children, any time is the right time, but these days of Lent provide special encouragement. Those who want to be present at the Lord's Passover in holiness of mind and body should seek above all to win this grace. Charity contains all other virtues and covers a multitude of sins. I'm Matthew Handley. Lord willing, I'll be back tomorrow. Goodbye.